Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh, geez, what kind of reporter are you? Fail him.
What's your name?
My name is Dave Herwig.
How do you spell that?
Herwig.
All right. So Dave, you were
Mark.
in the Army and you're recently retired, right?
Actually, I'm still in the Army. I have, let's see, what's today? The 16th?
Yeah.
So I have 15 days left on active duty.
Okay. And how long have you been in the Army?
I've been in the Army 24 years, 3 months,
Wow.
and 15 days.
Do you remember how old you were when you decided you wanted to enlist?
Yeah, I was 17, well, around 16 years old. I decided I was going to go in the Army.
And why did you decide?
Well, I decided to join because, for one, it's patriotic duty. You know, I felt it was the right thing to do. You know, back in 1986, 85, there really wasn't no wars going on, and it just seemed like the good thing to do. My dad was in the military, and I figured I might as well follow in his footsteps. He was in the Marine Corps. I decided to join the Army because of the benefits and the job opportunities that were available at the time, and just seemed the right thing. I didn't want to go to college, and I didn't want to do nothing but flip hamburgers. So, you know, the Army looked like the best option.
So what did your dad do exactly in the Army?
Well, he's in the Marine Corps, and he was infantry, drill instructor, recon, jumped out airplanes as well.
Okay. So was that your first experience with like aviation or?
No, my first experience with aviation was when I was I think I was about 12 years old. I was in the Boy Scouts, and we got stuck on an island in Lake Erie in the middle of winter. Well, it wasn't really winter, it was April, and a winter storm hit, and we had to get medevac, or not medevac, but we had to get rescued out by an airplane to come pick us up.
Okay. And do you remember the first time you jumped out of an airplane?
Oh yeah, you never forget your first time.
And what was that like?
It was amazing. It was at it was in jump school at Fort Benning, Georgia, 1,250 feet, static line. That's where you jump out and the parachute automatically opens. You're on a 18-foot static line, and you'll never forget it. It was just an amazing feeling, freedom, and just the view was amazing. The rush, everything.
Right. So, for anybody who's curious, what did you do in the Golden Knights?
What did I do? I was jump out airplanes.
What is the Golden Knights?
The Golden Knights is the U.S. Army's parachute team. We travel around the United States and perform at air shows, professional football, baseball games, parades, you name it, we do it. And our whole job is to promote the Army.
Okay, so when you're skydiving, what is it like? Like your senses, describe it.
What's it like?
Yeah, how does it feel?
I always tell people the best way to think about it and the way it would feel is if you're driving down the road, doing about 80 miles an hour and you stick your head out the window like a dog, that's what it feels like. But you're doing 120.
And you're falling from the sky.
And you're falling from the sky with the most amazing view ever.
Is skydiving dangerous?
Anything you do, it's inherently dangerous. I mean, think about it. You're jumping from an airplane from 2.5 miles in the air, nothing to grab onto, nothing to keep you from hitting the ground other than your parachute. Yeah, it's dangerous, but today's skydiving sport is relatively safe. I mean, all the safety factors have been implemented, pretty much taking all the threat of dying out of the equation.
Have you seen any accidents?
Of course, you stay in the sport long enough, you're going to see somebody get hurt and die.
And die?
Yes.
Wow. Have you lost any friends?
Yes. I've lost a couple friends. A couple of my friends have become permanently disfigured, lost their legs, just recently, as a matter of fact. So.
Wow. You've told me before that you were actually in an accident that prevented you from jumping any further.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us what happened?
It was just a freak accident, a hard opening from the parachute. I had 15 pounds worth of camera equipment on my head. I was a videographer, so imagine this was back in 2004, so the cameras are a little bit bigger at the time. There's digital still cameras were brand new at that time, and it was just a lot of weight, a hard, fast opening, and just a freak accident. But I'd still do it today.
You'd still jump?
Oh yeah, I would not. If I could, I'd go out and jump again.
Was it doctor's orders that said you couldn't jump anymore?
Yeah, it was recommendations.
How did you feel when you found out that?
Devastating. It was devastating.
Yeah.
You know, that's my whole life. That's all I've done for the past 20-some years. and it's hard to get over. It was really difficult to comprehend that I can never jump again like I have been.
Yeah. So going back to the Golden Knights, what was it like being on a whole team of people jumping out of airplanes?
It's amazing. It's probably the best job in the world. The camaraderie, probably the best. You know, you're with a group of people that all want to do the job. They all want to be there. They want to perform at the top level. You know, it's amazing. I mean, you get to do so many unique things, go places, see so many people, meet interesting folks, travel places you probably would never be able to go to if it wasn't for the team.
Right. So you just moved to Texas recently. Do you miss it?
Miss North Carolina or the Army?
The Army,
I miss everything about. Yeah, I like Texas. It's been great since I've been here, but I do miss the Army. I've been doing it for 24 years, and it's been hard to overcome that I don't put on a uniform every day and go to work. I was just recently back at Fort Jackson watching my son graduate basic training for the Army,
Right.
and it was hard because you know, I was in uniform for a couple days, and God, that felt good. You know, being around soldiers is amazing. Amazing young Americans that put their life in the line and join the Army. I mean, if you haven't done it, you need to. I mean, it's just an experience I can't even explain.
So you're also a pilot.
Yes.
When did that start?
I think it started back in around 1999, 2000-ish. I had thought about going to become a pilot in the Army. I had my packet ready to go, but everybody on the team was pushing me to go, and I decided, you know, I think I'm going to continue to jump. And I put it off for a while, and then last October, as a matter of fact, I took up flying lessons and been flying ever since.
Does that kind of fill a void since, you know,
Oh, yeah.
technically you're not allowed to jump out of a
Oh yeah, definitely. Just to be back in the air and be around the aviation community. Amazing folks. They're some of the greatest people you ever meet, and always willing to teach the new pilots and teach people to learn and what it's like to fly.
Why are you so sky crazy, Dave?
I don't know. I guess it's the thrill. I always got to do something with an adrenaline rush. If not, I feel like I'm doing nothing, you know. It's hard. I don't know how to explain it, but I've scuba dive, I skydive, I fly. I will not bungee jump, but I pretty much will do anything else you know throw at me. You know.
So now you mentioned your son is in the service.
Yes.
What is he doing?
He is going to be an unmanned aerial vehicle operator, which means he'll be flying the drone airplanes.
How proud are you?
I'm very proud, extremely proud. I couldn't be more proud than anybody else. I've just seen him last week was probably the most proudest moment of my life to see. And I've done a lot of cool stuff to be proud of, you know, but just to see him in uniform and graduate, I cannot wait to see him again. You know, he's an amazing kid. He's going to do well, and I'm proud that he's serving the Army. So,
thanks, Dave.
Thank you. Dude, how many of these are you going to have in your hand?
Right? On my devices.